share screen. Saya record session ni in case kalau kata nak tengok balik ke apa ya. Sekejap.
Boleh, ma'am.
Okay, so everyone. Alright. So saya dah allow-kan sesiapa yang join ni untuk share screen kalau katalah kalau ada nak share screen sebab nak tunjuk jawapan kan. Okay. So, saya tak on camera tau. Mata saya, muka saya bengkak. Saya macam allergic kepada something. Okay.
Oh, tak apa, ma'am. It's okay.
Alright. So, boleh siapa nak share? Nak share screen kan? Nak share screen boleh? Boleh ni kan? Okay. Alright.
Okay, ma'am. Saya boleh buat soalan ni tapi saya tak boleh nak kaitkan dengan saya tak pandai nak kaitkan dengan macam language translation dengan representation.
Okay. Nanat boleh besarkan sikit tulisan ni tak? Dekat yang 100% tu, buat dia 100.5. Dekat, bukan. Dekat screen tu, dekat sebelah normal text tu ada 100%. Atas sekali. Okay. Ni berapa? So, okay lah. Better sikit semua untuk tengok sebab ada yang sharing kan. So, kalau sharing kadang-kadang dia macam tak berapa nak nampak. Okay, so sekarang ni macam ni Kalau kita tengok soalan ni, first kali kita kena fahamkan. So, untuk semua soalan lah, bukan untuk soalan ni je. Sekejap nak minum air.
Tak apa, ma'am. Take your time.
Okay, Mak.
Okay. So, sekarang ni, dia cakap trend of first to second language. So, ingat trend of first to second language adalah trans adaptation. Dia ada satu trend je. First to second language, trans adaptation. Lepas tu kita kena compare trans adaptation dengan representation of any two languages in a poetry translation. Okay. And then necessary example. First, of course, kita kena define, kita kena bagi explanation trans adaptation tu apa. And then kita kena cakap pasal apa maksud representations. Maksudnya adalah representation is about meaning. So maksudnya kita akan memberi maksud. And apa itu poetry translation. So ada 3 kat sini. Transadaptation. Ni tertinggal satu lah. Hanya ada poetry translation. Tak ada pun pasal representation. Sebab tu tak boleh nak kait tu sebenarnya. So first, okay betul. Transadaptation is a relatively new concept in assessment to provide a test in a language other than English. Now, yang ini adalah maksud yang tidak tepat sebenarnya. Anak-anak cuba tengok balik. Transadaptation is actually the trend of first to second language that includes not only language but also culture in the translation process. Itu maksud sebenar transadaptation. Yang ini saya tahu ambil daripada nota, tapi ini adalah lebih kepada penerangan. Bukan kepada maksud sebenar transadaptation. Okay, and then, so nanti kat sini hanya ambil yang adjusting a translation to address not only language but also cultural requirements sahaja. So maksudnya, transadaptation is focusing on adjusting a translation to address not only language but also cultural requirements. So itu satu. The second part is actually representations. So kena define pula. In addition ataupun bukan in addition. Kita terus cakap aja. Representations on the other hand is actually about understanding meaning, especially when languages are used. Okay, 2, stop. And then the third one, poetry translation is relying of poetry into another language, and the features include sound-based, syntactic, structural, or pragmatic in nature. Okay, full stop. Now, the question is, kita nak compare representations of any two languages. So, sekarang ni bila bagi example, kat sini, an example of poetry is roses are red, violets are blue, my life is happy because I have you. In Malay, okay, ini hanya sebahagian je daripada example tu. Sebenarnya sekarang ni the first part, remember ladies and gentlemen, remember ladies, when you do see this kind of questions, or all my questions actually, first part adalah definition, second part adalah explanation. So explanationnya adalah sebelum masuk kepada kita punya examples ni, kena cakap. So when we do translation, especially poetry translation from first to second language, kejap, macam mana saya nak dapat akses untuk tulis kat sini ya? Nanat boleh
saya boleh share.
Nanat share apa ni? Ni supaya saya boleh tulis atas ni, and then saya yang akan pancarkan. Bagi
boleh ma'am. Ya.
Supaya senang. Kalau macam ni macam payah kan? Okey. Saya RTJ.
Saya dah hantar dekat WhatsApp.
Okey.
Dekat chat pun boleh.
Tak, dekat WhatsApp pun okey, dekat chat pun okey, mana-mana. Okey dah ke? Sekejap, saya tengok. Okey, alright. Ada. Okey, saya buka dulu. Okey, Nanat boleh unshare sebab biar saya share pula screen ni. Saya akan bagi saya editing, bagi saya kuasa untuk edit. Edit. Okey. Alright. Okey, so Nanat keluar supaya saya boleh share yang ni pula. Okey. So sekarang saya akan share screen saya. Okey, nampak tak? Kenapa saya boleh view je? Nanat kena allow saya untuk
Okey,
ni.
ma'am, saya hantar link baru.
Okey. Alright. Kelakar pula. So biasanya sementara tunggu Nanat share link baru, biasanya ladies, you have to really understand the question. Question dia kadang-kadang nampak macam simple je, tapi sebenarnya dia require macam ni, 3 benda untuk define, and then linkkan 3 konsep ni, and then baru bagi example. Okey, saya buka link baru. Okey, saya dah boleh edit. Alright. So, nampak ke saya punya screen?
Nampak, ma'am.
Okey, saya besarkan sikitlah supaya gitu. Alright. So, kalau yang ini sebenarnya yang ni tak payah, kita terus ambil daripada sini. Focuses. Okey, kita ambil daripada sini Trans adaptation focuses on adjusting. Okay, fine. Lepas tu kat sini kita kena cakap. Contoh kita nak masukkan meanwhile. Representations are all about Allahu Akbar. All about understanding meaning. Macam itulah contohnya. Okay. And then poetry translation. Ni apa semula lah. Okay. Bla bla bla. Okay. And then sebelum pergi kepada an example of poetry ni, kita kena cakap. Okay. When translating a poem from first to second language, okay, we must always think of the trend 2. Trans adaptation, ini kita nak kaitkan antara tiga komponen tu sebelum masuk example. Trans adaptation requires translators to not only understand Allah, understand cultures, but also understand language first, yeah, understand language, but also cultures. In this way, meaning will be translated together with the context. Itulah maksudnya. Because when you do poetry translation from first to second language, we have to understand the trend. So that's number one. Number two, when we understand the trend, which is transadaptation, then when you do translation from first to second language, what happens is that you will be able to compare. Now, compare means finding similarity of and between the representations of any two languages. So maksudnya, the first language tu dia ada maksud tersendiri. And this maksud must be similar to the translated text or to the translated version. Now, translated version in this context is actually second language, because remember the question is on first to second language translation. So ini yang dimaksudkan. So first to second language translation. So basically, when you want to answer the questions, you really have to understand the trend and what is first to second language translation, and then representation. This is the thing that I explained just now, and poetry translation. Because at the end of the day, when you want to provide the example, you have to actually give example in a poem format, because it's about poetry translation. So basically, this is the example is actually arranged in the wrong order. Now, our first language is Malay. So supposedly, Rose pun salah eja ni. Supposedly, Rose, the Malay translation comes first, and then you give the second language translation. So also cultures. So this one here, Nanat and the rest of you, please make sure that your answers, should the questions be this, your answers must be arranged in such a way that all are connected and all make sense. So now we have done. Now I'm going to color this into categories. So this one here, the first one is actually what we call the definition. So let's put it in, sorry, not like this. Let's put this in green. Oh, okay, sorry. Green, okay. So green is actually definition, and this is actually the explanation. So let's put this in purple. And this is supposed to be your example. So not an example, so you have to say for example. For example, so you have to put, for example, a translation of a poem, of a Malay poem to an English version of it could appear to be, this is where you put example. Wait, bunga, okay, I'm going to cut this. I copy this, and then could appear to be, right. Bunga ros berwarna merah, bunga violet berwarna biru. Kehidupan saya gembira kerana ada kamu. Okay. So this is, let's say this is the first language. Of course, this is the first language. And then I am going to utilize this. And to be and the okay, could be roses are red, violets are blue. My life is happy because I have you. So something like this. And the translated version could be. So this is how you actually put it. And then you must, if you want to add here, or you can also add at the same category. Let me show you how. Based on the translated, the original and translated example, it could be deduced that the meaning remains the same regardless of the two languages. So this is how you actually demonstrate. So when you say compare, in this sense, the word compare is actually referring to this one here. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, compare is to find similarities. So the similarities is actually in the meaning that remains the same. So any questions? Nanat, Adila, Amani, Yiting?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
You said just now, Nana, the first language is Malay, right?
Yeah.
Then how about me? Then I can choose either one or.
Yiting, in your case, in real life, your first language is Mandarin. Am I right? Yiting, your first language is. Hello, Yiting.
Yes, ma'am. Waiti kata yes.
Okay. Sorry. So in real life, your first language is Mandarin and your second language is Malay. So maybe if you wanted to demonstrate the Mandarin version, maybe your friends or myself wouldn't be able to understand. So you can actually assume, or you can take the role that your first language is Malay and your second language is English. So that must be in order, yeah. Because if, let's say, in real life, of course it's Mandarin and Malay, but for the purpose of the exam, please assume or take the role that your first language is Malay and then your second language is English. That will be easier for you actually, and of course for me to. Okay.
Okay, understood.
All right. So Adila or Nazira or Amani or Nanat, do you have any questions that you
Regarding to my poetry tu kan, ma'am, betul ke saya punya tu contoh tu?
Contoh betul, contoh tak ada masalah. Cumanya susunan contoh tadi tu, susunan contoh dia terbalik. Dia kena, sebab the question is first to second language. In our classroom, I will assume that first language is Malay and second language is English. But if you were to give in real life situation, for example, katalah nanti Yiting ke Huta ke nak guna bahasa Tamil ataupun bahasa Mandarin, nanti saya akan seek assistance from those who actually speak the language. So boleh guna tu lah, tapi biasanya pelajar dia memang tak akan guna. Kalau kata untuk non-Malays tu, memang dia tak akan guna Mandarin ataupun Tamil untuk example. Dia akan guna Malay and then second language is English. So Nanat punya example, this one is okay. Maksud dia sama. Cuma susunan tadi salah. So bila susunan salah, dia dah jadi second to first language. So yang kita cakap ni, tengok soalan, berhati-hati. First to second language translation. So yang compare ni is comparing this. So dia sama. Sama sebab based on the original and translated examples, it could be deduced that the meaning remains the same. That's why representation ni kena bagi definition. Because representation are all about understanding meaning. The meaning must be the same. Meaning ni ada kaitan dengan compare ni. Persamaan dia adalah dia sama ni. Comparing. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Saya nak. So maksudnya kalau jawab soalan tu kita kena bagi definition dulu, baru kita bagi huraian.
Ya, macam ni lah. Kalau tengok dekat kita punya Al-Fatih yang apa tu test 1 and test 2 punya example, kalau perasan saya kalau tak color coding kan. So biasanya color coding tu dia sama je maksud dia. Kalau tak silap saya, yang biasanya tak semestinya penerangan tu akan berada di second layer tau. Kadang-kadang penerangan tu first. Sebab tu saya akan samakan. Kalau tengok ada warna yang dia macam tertukar, terswap. Tapi kalau example always warna merah kalau tak silap saya. Sebab kadang-kadang penerangan dia ada dua kategori. Ada dua answer, especially kalau macam links lah. There are 2 links contoh. So link yang pertama biasanya purple, link yang kedua akan warna biru. Macam tu. So tengok balik semuanya memang saya color coded in order to make you understand better in terms of how to explain. So it's always you have to give definition, you have to give explanation, and you have to give example. Sebab tu kita ada provide necessary example. Katakanlah you hanya give sampai sini saja. Katakanlah markah 6, you hanya akan dapat mungkin 3 ataupun 3,5 lah. Macam tu, ataupun 4. Biasanya kalau kata yang ni macam markah 3, yang ini akan 1 contoh yang ini akan 2, ni 2, yang ni 3. Maksudnya 1, 2, 3. So 3 markah macam ni. Kalau 4, example-nya akan 1 markah. Yang ini 2 markah. Yang ini akan jadi another one. So dia kalau 4 markah lah. Sebab the first part definition ni yang sebenarnya yang agak kritikal lah. So macam tu. Okey Nanat?
Okey, ma'am. Saya baru tahu macam mana cara jawab yang betul.
Ya ke? Okey. Jadi sebenarnya bila saya tengok test 1 and test 2, most of you tahu the answers. Okay, adalah jawapan tu. It's just that the way you arrange your answers, and then ada yang macam hanya bagi definition, ada yang macam hanya bagi example, so tak lengkap lah. Kalau kata contohnya macam saya cakap tadi lah, kalau kata markah semua ni adalah 4, and then you hanya bagi ni je, contohnya yang warna purple je, bagi warna purple je, so memanglah takkan dapat 4. Sebab ada 1 kat sini. Ada 1 lagi markah.
My problem is don't know the example.
Example tu kan Yiting, sebenarnya apa yang kita buat activities dalam kelas yang berkaitan dengan that particular question or concept, boleh aja guna, tak ada masalah. Boleh aja guna. Nanti masa kita buat revision nanti kan, apa yang kita akan buat adalah lebih kepada that examples relating. Kita akan buat terbalik kita akan buat examples dulu, lepas tu baru naik kepada explanation. Sebab kadang-kadang pelajar belajar dengan cara yang berbeza. Ada yang definasi dulu, lepas tu penerangan, lepas tu examples. So masa kita revision nanti kita akan ambil examples dahulu, and then we will ask students to explain the meaning, definition, as well as the explanation. Macam itulah. Okey, kalau tak ada apa-apa yang tentang benda ni, kita tengok sebab ada 4 soalan, So the next question adalah this one. Explain the links. Okay. Keywords dia, if you notice, keywords dia adalah links. Maksudnya kena plural. Maksudnya bukan satu link saja. Most of you kalau nampak soalan links ni, mesti akan bagi satu je. So macam mana dapat markah? Alamak, gelap pula kan. Inilah. Patutlah ni pun gelap. Sekejap saya tukar. Kenapa dia lain ni? Tak kisahlah. Okay, explain the links between win-win situations and representation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the concept wins situation. So this is blue. Salah. Mana undo? Okay, bukan. The concept is blue. In blue, yeah. So this one also in blue. Okay, so similar concept like this one, you have to define. Inilah win-win situation, which is one of the common types of negotiation strategy. Very good. Salah ni. Is also known as collaborating. Negotiation is the process of giving something and in return we will get something. The process involves more than two parties. Okay. Yang ini apa yang Nanat buat adalah dia explain satu-satu. Okay. Next one. So this one is actually what we call the definition. This is actually the penerangan. This is in purple. And this is actually the example. Tapi tiba-tiba ada definition kat bawah ni. Terbalik Nanat. Sekejap saya ubah. This is red. For example, in a win-win situation, an employer may find that a candidate is happy to accept a lower salary in exchange for flexibility such as working at home several days a week. Very good. This is a very good example in terms of win-win situation. Now, I'm going to copy this. This is not situation. This is actually the explanation, yeah. Let me. Should be here. Bukan definition. In a win-win situation, everyone becomes happy and benefits. So this one, purple. All right. So for example, in a win-win situation, an employer may find that a candidate is happy to accept a lower salary in exchange for flexibility. Okay, ini kita buang. Meanwhile, just a moment, yeah. So meanwhile, representation is about meaning. Very good. Okay, ni tak payah ni tak payah. Mana linknya? Link tak jawab lagi ni, Nanat. Link tak jawab lagi. Ini baru bagi explanation sekejap ya.
Saya tak tahu macam mana nak link kan, ma'am.
Tak ada link. Ya Allah, ya Tuhanku anak. Okey, sekejap. Text color ini adalah where's hijau? This one. Meanwhile, representation is about meaning. Representation is the way in which meaning is given to the things depicted. Okay, this is purple. Where is it? Purple. Lepas tu merah tak ada. Okay. Sekarang ni, now, have a look at how we rearrange whatever that's available sekarang. Okay, gunakan apa yang Nanat dah ada ni, yang kat sini ni, and then we rearrange. The question is links. About links. Betul, kena define, bla bla bla. Now, kita akan bawa ni ke bawah. Tak ada cut kat sini. Geram pula sini. Tak apa, saya copy dulu. Copy, saya akan letak kat bawah. Tutup. Delete. Okay. So, meanwhile, representation is about meaning. Representation is the way in which meaning is given to the things depicted. So, you have to answer ni. You have to answer. So, kita kena ada, let's say saya bagi color lain tau. Biru lah. The links between win-win situations and representations are, so kita akan cakap macam ni. First, win-win situations and representations. Both parties that receive the benefits of the arrangement, which is win-win situation, the arrangement share similar understanding, which is meaning. So maksudnya dia ada idea yang sama. Sebab tadi kalau ikut example-nya, tengok example ni. So macam tu. Meaning. And second, kita dah masuk second dah. Simple je. And second, both parties are able to negotiate in such a way that do not hurt anyone. So these two are the links between, that's not okay. This win-win situation, both parties receive the benefits of the arrangement, understand or share similar meaning. And second, both parties are able to negotiate. So these are the links in such a way that does not hurt anyone. Then baru masuk example. Kalau tengok kat example ni, all are happy because they share the same meaning. All are happy, no one is hurt. Sebab tak apalah dapat gaji sikit, tapi boleh ada flexibility kerja kat rumah. Kadang-kadang masuk office, kadang-kadang. So, dia tak ada banyak isu nak travel, buang masa, guna duit, minyak dan sebagainya. So, ini saja. So, tadi kalau katalah soalan ni markahnya 4 Markahnya 4. Yang ini adalah 1.5 markah. Sebab dia ada 0.75 untuk satu link. So, maksudnya tadi, Nanat dah hilang 1.5. Nanat dah hilang 1.5, maksudnya markah dia kat sini 2.5 je lah. Kalau kata markah dia 4, berdasarkan apa yang Nanat bagi.
Ma'am, betul kan kalau kat links ni, saya cuma bagi sampai which is meaning, and second ni saya tak, and second sampai anyone ni saya tak bagi. Kiranya markah tak complete lah.
Markahnya dapat, okey. Markahnya dapat, contohnya 2.5 tu ada campur 0.75 lah. So maksudnya 3.25 je lah ada. Katakan markah per 4. Sebab example ada. Yang ni ada. Yang ni ada. Lepas tu sampai sini je kan. Sampai sini je. So yang ni 0.75 ni kat sini. So dapat 3.25 je lah. Sebab tu kena tengok ni. Kadang-kadang tak ada S. Kadang-kadang ada S. So kena tengok. most of the time anak-anak memang ada S so be careful. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Have a look at the question and try to understand what is required in order to answer the question. So yang ini macam ni 2, lepas tu dia punya ni link. Yang ni 3, 1, 2, 3 and then kena compare. Macam tu. Boleh? Amani?
Boleh, ma'am.
Nila, okey tak?
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Nervous?
ma'am.
Nervous tak? Nervous kan?
Nervous,
Sangat.
ma'am.
Dia sebenarnya kan all of you know all the answers. Tahu apa maksud win-win situations, tahu apa maksud representations. Tapi bila nak kena buat link, mula jadi macam tak betul. Macam padahal dia ada je jawapan dia.
Cuma nak buat link tu susah.
Okay, so at least now, the 5 of you are a little bit more ready. Because kalau kata untuk maybe the rest of the friends, they may not require this kind of revision. Tapi ada setengah tu cara belajarnya berbeza. Jadi ada yang tengok past year's questions, stylenya lah. Past year's question, but still tengok past year's questions does not actually guarantee you will be able to answer. Betul? So kalau yang macam ni, memang you will be able to like see and okay, so ada color coded yang dia tahu kat mana sebenarnya apa benda yang kena jawab lah. So nanti satu orang kata bukan tip lah, tapi benda yang nak menyenangkan. Nanti masa exam, kita exam fizikal kan, bawa lah highlighter. Lepas tu buatlah macam yang saya buat ni. Apa keyword dia? Contoh, win-win situation. So highlight kat situ. Highlight. Supaya nampak. Sebab bila, lepas tu highlight kat sini. Sebab kalau tak buat
jawapan
macam
pun kena highlight tak?
tak payah. Soalan aja. Janganlah nanti all of you pergi beli pen color-color akan explain hijau. Lambat nanti nak jawab. Jawapan satu color je. Satu color je, hitam ataupun pen biru, pen hitam, tak ada masalah. Tapi untuk soalan ni buat macam ni supaya bila kita tengah menulis, lepas tu kita kata apa soalan dia, boleh nampak straight apa sebenarnya. Sebab kadang-kadang ramai yang terlepas pandang this part. Dia hanya ambil satu sahaja. Kadang-kadang hanya define ni je. Yang ni tak define. Sebab dalam keadaan peperiksaan yang controlled by environment, macam nanti physical, kita akan rasa nervous, anxious, a lot of things that will actually deter you from thinking healthily or carefully or rationally. So that's the issue. So kalau macam ni, kan tiba-tiba macam tadi Nanat, representation tak define pun. Padahal itu yang akan membantu jawab compare ni. Sebab dia tentang meaning. Ni ni. Okay, so itu penting. Alright, let's look at number. Ni panjang, sekejap saya turunkan ni. Saya turunkan semua ni lah. Supaya senang. Satu page pun tak apalah. So yang ni nanti Nanat bolehlah share dengan kawan-kawan kalau kata ni. Ataupun saya mohon izin untuk share the video dalam grup kita, boleh ke? At least thank you to Nanat and thank you to the audience yang attend hari ni. At least ada something yang we can help each other. Okay? So they can actually listen, they can have a look at it and understand. And bila kita datang untuk revision yang semua datang tu nanti, it would be easier. All of you have similar ideas of how to answer the questions. Okay, so this one we look at key question dia adalah persamaan dan perbezaan. So bukan hijau. Compare and bukan ni, tak cantik. Pening kepala. Allah. Sorry. Yep. Okay, compare and contrast. Maksudnya that's the thing that you have to do. the concept that you must compare this one. Mental representations and representation. Ni sebenarnya soalan ni sangat senang, tapi ramai yang gagal jawab. Mari kita tengok. Mental representations, okay, very good. You try to use your own word. Mental representations, just buat about something that is happening now, but it's kind of similar to what happened in the past. Very good. So this is actually the explanation. The definition is actually mental representations are about, this is putting it in another way. It's actually events, actions or behavior. Normally people use this. Events, actions, behavior from the past that is similar to the happening now. So this is another way of explaining it, that from the past that are similar, yep, to the happening now. So ataupun boleh guna yang ni, you have the options to choose. Okay, so this is actually the definition. So this would be in this green. Okay, this green. From our experience, we have that mental representation of what to do or what to expect. Very good. This is actually the explanation, and this explanation is actually followed by the example is here. Actually, this is the example. Your mother likes to cook nasi ayam. Yep, so this is the example. Okay, example is actually in red. Now you don't need this one. You don't need this one because unless you are talking about representations. Where is it? Where is it? This is actually representation. Where is it? Oh no. Okay, this one. Okay. So now we want to define and explain. Representation about understanding, meaning, and there are, where is it? If you want to state it, and there are two systems of representations. So just state it like that. Okay. So this one is actually the definition in green, and then this is actually the explanation in purple. Now, this one we do not need. Okay, if I'm going to just put it here, therefore second language. So this is actually the compare and contrast. So you have to answer the similarity between mental representations and representations are both deal with meaning from the past that can give better understanding of the current situation. So this is similarity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you look very carefully at the question, compare, contrast, that means one similarity and one difference. So you can explain that, okay, in that way. 1 and 1. The difference, this is the contrast, the difference between both is that representations are the main concept and mental representations are one of the systems of representations. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now we are going to bring the example at the back. That means as the last part so that it's easier. So, okay, delete this one. Right. So this is, you answer this compare here. And this is how you compare. One is compare, one is contrast. Now I'm going to give you a different color for this one. So let's say we give pink for, pink for this one. And then maybe orange. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, so that's it. This one we do not need. This is the okay. This one, Nanat, this one is betul tau. Terbalik Nanat. Terbalik. Yang ini adalah mental representation. Putting meaning into something, an object, semua ni, event, behavior adalah mental representations. Kalau representations hanya meaning sahaja, okay? So ada dua processes lah. So kita cakap kat sini ada two systems. First, semua. So ni tak ada ni dah. So kita delete dulu. Kita delete. So ini sajalah. So biasanya question ini akan ada 4 markah. So 4 markah. So apa yang akan berlaku adalah yang ini satu similarity, satu markah. Ini satu markah. Yang ini satu markah. Yang ini satu markah. Yang ini definition dan apa semua ni satu markah. So kalau dia ada 4 komponen, so 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Macam tu. Okay. Any questions?
Ma'am, kalau kita tak tahu tau ma'am macam mana nak buat ayat untuk nak bagi huraian dia. Macam the similarity between mental representation and representation ni. Macam kita tak tahu nak buat ayat dia. Memang ada tips tak macam mana nak bagi mudah untuk kita tahu dia punya huraian?
Sebenarnya, bila kita jawab soalan macam antara A dengan B lah, compare and contrast antara A dengan B, dia punya scheme dia ataupun dia punya teknik dia sama je. Kita kena cakap the similarity between A and B. Katakanlah A and B. The similarity between A and B, apa benda? Dan kita cakap, kena explain. Apa bendanya? Dan macam mana you tanya tip macam mana nak explain tu. It's from your understanding. If you don't understand, then you wouldn't be able to write. Itu dia. Sama juga macam the difference ni. Compare and contrast, remember ladies, compare is about similarity. So kena tulis. Most of you memang akan hilang markah dekat sini. Sebab ni macam pandai explain. Tapi tak compare and contrast pun. Example ada. Sebab dapat 2 je lah. Baru dapat 2 je lah daripada 4. Sebab ni yang saya highlight ni memang critical. Kena jawab sebab this is the soalan. Contoh macam ni, links. This is the soalan. So ni link dia. Kalau macam ni, compare representation. Ini dia. Based on the original. So kena jawab. So kalau yang ini, compare and contrast. So I cannot say there's a specific way or specific tips. Tapi don't forget to use the similarity between. So I'm going to underline this. And then the difference between. So, sorry. If you have this, that means that would be very easy for all of you to answer the question. Because it's very important at this stage to actually put your understanding in your answers. Now, you understand the definition. You understand the explanation. So why not you expand your thinking horizon to also understand by writing the similarity between A and B is that upper. So think very carefully. Mental representations and representations. Representations ni actually the orang kata the parent or the key concept. And under representations, we have two systems, mental representations and language as a system of representation. So you have to find, so that's the difference, because representation is layer number 1, mental representation is layer number 2. But I didn't write layer 1, layer 2. I put it as both representations are the main concept and mental representations are one of the systems of representations. So when you look at this, you realize that representation, first layer, mental representations, and language as the system of representations, they are both in the second layer. So that's how you interpret whatever that you have learned for the past, I think, 14 weeks. We covered mental representations in 2 weeks. So that's how you translate your understanding. And similarity, both actually talk about meaning. Representations about meaning, mental representations is also about putting meaning from the past to the current situation. The meaning is the same, so you can actually guess, or you can actually anticipate, or you can actually determine what's the outcome of something based on what happened in the past that have a similar meaning to what's happening in the current situation. So that's the thing that most of us fail to do. That means putting what is similarity, what is actually the difference and all. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So remember, if let's say this kind of questions pop up, then the similarity between, the difference between, only 1 and 1, unless the question said something like, explain two differences, or explain the differences, itu maksudnya kena more than one, or find similarities, or what are the similarities. So plural, that means it must be more than one, because this one is just one, satu, the similarity and the difference. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Now, the next one. Justify means giving rationale. Sekejap ya.
Okay, ma'am.
Ada orang potong rumput kat rumah. So macam dia tanya nak potong apa dan sebagainya. Okay. Justify the relationship. So if let's say we were to highlight the thing that you have to answer, so justify, that means you have to give reasons. What are the question can also be explained in such a way that what are, or give reasons to the relations, So you have to justify. The second one, relations. Now relations ni macam link ya. What are the links? Macam tu. Relation. Tengok ni. First to second language translation. So sekejap. This is bukan. This is biru. And strategies to translation. Now, Yiting, strategies to translation apa? Yiting?
Eating toilet, ma'am.
Okay. Adila lah.
Strategies to translation.
Strategies to translation.
Apa dia?
Baik. Tak, ma'am. Tak ingat.
Baru nak tengok nota. Esok keluar exam macam ni.
Jadi, ma'am, bagi hint, ma'am.
Alah, local, foreign.
Oh, dia apa? Foreignization.
Itulah. Sedih benar rasa hati sebab bila sampai time ni memang ramai yang memang ramai yang macam ala-ala confused. Ingat okey, kalau untuk translation kita ada contemporary approaches. Kita ada eco-translatology, Scopus, lepas tu kita ada cultural translation, kita ada descriptive, and then kita ada equivalence. Itu adalah approaches to translation. Kemudian kita ada theories of translation. Kita ada 2. Scopus, yang mana approach-nya adalah Scopus, and then kita ada polysystems, yang mana ada 4 approaches, contemporary approaches bawah dia. The rest tu lah eco-translatology, descriptive, cultural, as well as equivalence. And then kita ada strategies to translation. Kita ada 2, foreignization strategy, and then kita ada localization, or another term yang kita guna, domestication. So bila kita guna foreignization, kita nak target culture kita tu tak berapa penting lah. Bila foreignization tu kita lebih perkenalkan kita punya culture, macam tu. Tapi kalau localization, kita nak pihak yang membaca tu atau target language tu yang kita pentingkan. Sebab tu kita akan ringkaskan, kita tak explain the cultural impact of it, macam tu tak. So itu beza foreignization and localization. So sekarang ni soalan dia, apakah relations antara first to second language translation and strategies. So sekarang ni kalau first to second language, katalah kita ambil bahasa Melayu ke bahasa Inggeris. Ni kena faham dulu soalan ni. Kita ambil bahasa Melayu tu bahasa Inggeris. Kemudian kita kena fikirkan relations dia dengan strategies to translation. So yang ini dia ada 2 cara. Satu, kita boleh explain tentang kita nak memperkenalkan bahasa Melayu atau bahasa original, yang mana kita akan guna foreignization strategies, atau kita nak actually nak bagi orang yang orang putih tu lebih faham, dan kita akan guna localization strategy. Dia macam tu. Okay, so sekarang mari kita lihat. Ni tak payah ni. Ini okay, Nana, ni tak payah tau, sebab kita bukannya nak cakap pasal trend. Kita tak cakap pasal trend. Okay lah, saya type barulah. Nanti boleh buat comparison
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So, first kali kita kena of course explain. First to second language translation is conveying meaning from our first language to our second language. So ini dia punya definition. Lepas tu dia punya explanation. In Malaysia, most speakers are native to Malay language, and their second language is English. Pentingnya kita explain ni sebab kita nak put context into kita punya explanation nanti. So that's why kita kena explain in Malaysia. Kalau kita nak ambil example in England, for example, you will say in England, most speakers are native to English and their second language vary. V-A-R-Y. Maksudnya ada pelbagai. Kalau dekat England ada yang kebanyakannya dia punya second language adalah French. Ada yang Spanish, ada yang lain lah. So kita ambil konteks Malaysia. So yang ini adalah definasi which is colour hijau. And ini adalah penerangan, explanation adalah purple. Now kita explain strategies to translation pula. Meanwhile, strategies to translation allows translators to choose at their convenience the strategies. Meanwhile, strategies to translation allow translators to choose at their convenience which language to focus on. There are two strategies to translation: foreignization and localization. So you can add more because this is something that you have to use in your examples. So you say foreignization is used when the translator wants to focus on the original language, text and culture. The opposite is when the translator wants to focus on the target language, text and culture. Localization. Okay, so this one, kenapa ni? So translation, okay, hantarlah. This one is this is the definition. This is the explanation. In fact, that's expanded and extended explanation. So you have given the definition, you have given the explanation. Now we want to talk about relations. So this is how we do it. There are two relations between first to second language translation and strategies to translation. Now, ladies, kita boleh guna relations ni dua-dua untuk foreignization atau dua-dua untuk localizations atau satu foreignization, satu localizations. So saya akan tunjukkan kejap. Mana tadi? Kita boleh ambil example ni tak? First, alamak. Example ni macam tak berapa tepat. Okay. So kita akan cakap kat sini. Okay. First, so this is the first relation. When a translator chooses to use foreignization. Alamak. Lemah. Okay. He or she will focus on the first language more, but the meaning remains the same. Ni kena bagi example yang berlainan lah. Kalau katakan saya akan tunjukkan contoh foreignization dan juga localization. Tapi kalau kita gunakan foreignization untuk dua-dua relations dan example-nya satu aja. Kalau kita gunakan dua-dua untuk localization, examples-nya pun satu aja. Tapi macam saya nak tunjukkan foreignization, so dia ada kena example yang berbeza, and then for localization dia akan ada example yang berbeza. Okay, so sekejap saya tunjukkan. Remains the same. For example, I'm talking about Hari Raya Korban ya. So ni first to second language. Semasa Hari Raya, Raya Haji. Semasa Hari Raya Haji, lembu dan kambing akan dikorbankan. So katakanlah macam ni so ini adalah yang first language, and this will be translated into the second language as during Hari Raya Haji. Perasan tak? Sebab kita nak memperkenalkan the culture, the local context. So kita pakai, kita tak buat translation lah, kita kata Hari Raya Haji je. Macam tu. During
memang
Hari
tak guna Eid Adha, memang guna Hari Raya Haji.
Itu more kepada localization. Nanti saya akan guna example yang sama. Nanti kita akan tengok dia. Kan foreignization kita perkenalkan ke terbalik. Sekejap. Foreignization kita nak perkenalkan culture kita, betul lah. So this is, sebab ni first kita tengok konteks dia. First to second language. So first language kita Malay, so kita anggap macam Malaysia lah. Kalau Malay tu Malaysia lah. So orang di Malaysia, kalau kita buat translation, kita nak perkenalkan, kita nak maintain local culture tu, kita cakap during Hari Raya Haji lah. Macam tu. Kita nak perkenalkan kepada orang putih apa yang kita ada. So during Hari Raya Haji, kita will say cows and goats will be slaughtered, katakan. Macam tu. Ini adalah apa kita panggil? Alamak, salah je. Okay, salah je. So ini adalah foreignization strategies. So sekejap saya tunjukkan mana tadi. Saya akan buat berbagai color tau ni sebab nak bagi nampak. So first relation dia adalah ini. Tadi kita pakai warna apa? Pink. Ini. Okay, ini buruknya. Apalah. Okay, into. So second ni saya akan pakai orange. Orange. Second, when a translator chooses to use localization, he and she will focus on the second language more, but the meaning remains. For example, ni silap yang ni, for example kena warna merah kan, takut nanti pening kepala pula, lain warna. Sorry. For example, okay. For example, semasa Hari Raya Haji, lembu dan kambing akan dikorbankan. So, this will be translated into the second language as during Eid Mubarak. Macam tu. Animals will be used as sacrifices. Oh, sana je. Sacrifices. Okay, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies. Sorry, that's it. No gentlemen today. So, kalau kata anak-anak first and second ni adalah tentang polarization dan satu example saja. Sama juga kalau satu je guna localization untuk explain first and second relation, satu example saja. Tapi ini sebab ada saya guna polarization, kemudian saya guna localization, so kena ada dua example yang berbeza. So itu beza je sikit lah. Any question?
Ma'am, kalau soalannya macam ni kan ma'am, berapa markah ma'am? Sama juga 4.
Tak, biasanya kalau soalan yang compare, contrast apa semua tu, link semua tu akan 3 atau 4. Tapi kalau ni dia lebih kepada panjang lah, sama ada 6 atau tengoklah 6 atau 8 macam tu. Paling banyak 6 kot saya rasa. Kalau 8 tu essay. Paling banyak 6. Ada juga 5 kadang-kadang dia tengok. Yang penting all of you have to understand saja. Justify kena bagi reason. Sebab tu dia panjang sikit tau bila justify ni. Tengok panjang dia punya ni. Dia punya explanation, definition dia. Lepas tu dia punya explanation. Yang konsep pertama, konsep kedua punya definition. Lepas tu panjang sikit explanation untuk konsep kedua. Kemudian kita jawab soalan. Two relations. Jangan buat 3. You don't have time. Biasanya kalau plural relations ni 2 saja. Kalau tak ada S, barulah 1 saja. Macam tu. Lepas tu kita bagilah first. Pada saya sebenarnya yang macam ni lagi senang sebenarnya. Pada saya lah. Kita bagi foreignization and kita bagi localization. Tapi kalau anak-anak rasa macam nak buat dua-dua, nak buat foreignization, tak apa, tak ada masalah. Sebab kalau macam tu ada satu je lah example. Macam ni kena buat 2 example sebab dia punya konteks dah berbeza, strategi dia beza. Sebab bila kita pakai foreignization, kita nak fokus on first language. Tengok soalan ni kata relation between first language to strategies kan. So kita cakap pasal first language sebagai yang dominant. Focus on the first language. Tapi kalau localization, kita akan fokus kepada the second language more. Lepas tu kita pakai localization. So memang this is actually how you should answer it. Tapi bila bagi example, walaupun guna konteks yang sama, yang bahasa Melayu dia sama je. Kalau perhatikan. Tapi dia punya translation tu, dia akan jadi lain. Sebab kalau foreignization, kita akan guna perkataan yang sama. Hari Raya Haji. Lepas tu kita akan guna macam ni. Tapi kalau localization, kita akan terus cakap Eid Mubarak. Sebab Mak Saleh familiar dengan konsep Eid Mubarak. Tapi dia tak tahu Hari Raya Haji tu apa. So dia tahu ini adalah celebration untuk Muslims. So yang ni tak cakap animals and cows and goats pun tak cakap pun. Kita hanya cakap animals sahaja. Sebab kalau kita nak explain cows and goats ni kepada Mak Saleh, kalau intention kita adalah nak memperkenalkan the budaya, then memang kita akan boleh spesifik budaya masyarakat yang lokal lah, original tu. Tapi this one here, if you look very carefully, you want to make sure just the meaning the same. Sebab animals ni, bawah animals adalah cows and goats. So kita macam simplifiedkan dia sebab our intention is for the audience yang second language tu, English tu, untuk faham. Sebab kalau kata dalam teks sebenar dia hanya ada ni saja, and then mungkin dia akan tanya, kenapa cows and kenapa goats? Kenapa bukan yang lain? Tapi dalam teks original tak ada. So meaning tu kena sama. And then perasan tak? Animals will be used as sacrifices, untuk dikorbankan. So ni cakap will be slaughtered. Slaughtered, disembelih. So konsep dalam korban, kita memang kena sembelih. So maksudnya dia memang kita nak perkenalkan lah the origin of the event. And then kalau kata yang ini sacrifices, so dia orang tahulah akan digunakan sebagai korban saja. Macam tu saja. Okay? Alright, any questions? Any question?
Yeah, very clear, ma'am.
Alhamdulillah. Kalau very clear, Alhamdulillah. Don't worry anak-anak, if you are still not sure of, katalah not sure of whatever this one, so you can always ask. It's not an issue pun. You can just ask, and yes, maybe I will be answering your questions a little bit late kalau kata hari biasa sebab kadang-kadang banyak meeting, but I will attend to the questions. Don't worry. Right? So,
nanti kan dalam exam nanti ada berapa soalan subjektif, ma'am?
Kita semua subjektif. Kita tak ada objektif.
Tak, maksudnya ada berapa subjektif, ada essay juga kan, ma'am?
Ada. Kita ada 2 sections. Kita tak panggil sections lah. Kita ada, sebab konsep dia adalah questions. So kita ada 2 questions besar. So question 1 tu konsep dia macam kita punya test 1 dan test 2. Jenis-jenis macam ni lah. Jenis macam ni lah. Jenis macam ni. Macam ni kan. Lepas tu question 2 adalah essay. Ada 2 ke 3 soalan essay bawah tu. Semua kena jawab. Macam tu lah. Dia ada 2 questions besar. 2 main questions. The first question similar to our test 1 and test 2 concept. And the second main question, you have about 2 or 3 sub-questions essay. Macam tu. Okay, cuba tengok. Gitu. Alright. So, any other questions?
No, ma'am. Tapi boleh tak saya nak minta soalan lagi, ma'am? Saya nak try buat ikut cara ma'am ajar ni. Nanti ma'am boleh hantar dekat WhatsApp ataupun ma'am boleh letak kat docs pun boleh.
Boleh. Tapi saya tak tahu saya ada masa ke tidak untuk semak. Itu masalahnya.
Saya try buat cara ma'am je. Saya cuba buat sendiri.
Okay, boleh. Alright.
Lepas tu kalau soalan essay pun, kalau ma'am ada soalan tu, saya nak cuba buat juga.
Soalan essay, kalau teknik soalan essay adalah, ingat kalau essay dia kena ada introduction, lepas tu dia kena ada body, sekurang-kurangnya dua apa orang kata points lah. Lepas tu kena ada conclusion. Ramai student yang gagal dan dapat lah. Tak ada conclusion, tak ada intro, terus jawab macam ni. Tak boleh. Sebab tu dia ada kategori dia. So kalau intro tu kadang-kadang biasanya dia akan tanya kat mana kita nak masuk definasi ke apa. So biasanya kalau dalam soalan essay, kita akan masukkan definasi dalam introduction. Berdasarkan soalan lah. Berdasarkan soalan. Lepas tu dalam, kalau katalah soalan dia explain or describe 2 relations between apa. Tu relation 1 dalam 1 paragraph. Relation 2 dalam another paragraph. Lepas tu concluding. Concludingnya adalah ambil dia punya thesis ataupun kita panggil topic statement, topic sentence of setiap body paragraph tu. Dia macam buat essay biasa, tapi content dia of course berdasarkan soalan. Tak apa, nanti saya bagi satu contoh. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. So, I will see you for the revision. Just one quick question. Do you have exam on the 13th of July?
13 ya, ma'am.
Hari Rabu.
Hari Rabu ada, ma'am?
Pagi petang?
Petang.
Pukul 2.
Pukul 2, ma'am.
Hari
Dia
Rabu.
sejam je exam tu. Fake keutamaan.
Apa benar? Apa betul?
1 jam.
1 jam dia main exam. Pukul 2 sampai pukul 3.
Exam apa tu?
Fake keutamaan.
Sejam aja?
Nah, ya ma'am, sejam je.
Alamak, lemahnya. Lemah sangat.
Saya rasa ni soalan auditor je kot.
So agak-agaknya kalau sebab hari Jumaat saya kena attend meeting dekat Ipoh. Jadi kalau saya nak buat revision tu agak-agaknya hari Rabu petang tu boleh ke selepas exam?
Boleh ma'am.
Petang boleh.
Petang boleh sebab kita orang ada gap banyak untuk nak exam ni.
Maksudnya 14 tak ada exam, 15 tak ada exam, betul? Sampai paper saya, betul?
No, ma'am, 14
Ma'am
for
Erda.
exam.
Ma'am.
Apa dia?
Ma'am Erda.
Bila?
Research
Bila examnya?
14 ma'am. 14 Julai.
Oh, 14 Julai ada. So tak apalah kita buat revision petang tu sekejap lah Sebab Jumaat tu saya dapat instruction untuk meeting tu. Susah lah. Tapi tak apa, nanti saya bagi tahu dalam grup So kita akan buat ala-ala macam sambil-sambil minum petang lah kan. Kita buat dari 4 lah. Sebab boleh relax sikit sejam. Ke nak 3.5?
Saya rasa dia nak solat dulu ma'am. So,
Pukul 4 lah.
pukul 4.
4 sampai 6. No problem. Okay? Alright.
Okay.
So that's all. Thank you very much. Nanti kita jumpa 13 insyaAllah. Saya masuk dalam grup lah. Saya beritahu.
Okay ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.